Paul McCartney, a kid from Liverpool, just loved playing guitar and singing songs. Bet he never in his wildest dreams were strumming the battered box how far his life would reach. Born in Liverpool, Paul taught himself guitar, piano and songwriting as a teen. He rocked out with the Quarrymen, which became the Beatles. Known as the cute Beatle, Paul was a bass genius with a magic touch for melodies. He wrote legendary songs like Yesterday and Eleanor Rigby. But wait, there's more. After the Beatles, Paul formed Wings and soared with hits like Band on the Run. He's also a solo superstar, teaming up with legends like Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson. Beyond music, Paul's a hero for animal rights and music education. With 32 Billboard-topping songs, 18 Grammys, and a fortune of £1 billion, he's a living legend. So next time you jam to a Beatles hit, remember the genius of Paul McCartney. Keep rocking, music lovers. After joining forces with John Lennon, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, Paul McCartney's life took an extraordinary turn. The Beatles didn't just make music, they created a cultural revolution. With Paul's knack for catchy melodies and harmonious vocals, the Fab Four churned out hit after hit, from Love Me Do to Hey Jude. Paul's bass lines became the backbone of the band's sound, while his songwriting partnership with Lennon produced timeless classics like Let It Be and A Day in the Life. Their innovative studio techniques and groundbreaking albums like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band changed the landscape of music forever. But it wasn't all about the music. The Beatles became symbols of peace, love, and rebellion. They influenced fashion, film, and even politics. Despite the pressures of fame, Paul remained the charming, down-to-earth, cute Beatle, capturing hearts worldwide. Now, let's dive into the treasure trove of the Beatles' top 10 hits that defined an era and continue to resonate with fans across generations. Starting with their early chart toppers like I Want to Hold Your Hand and She Loves You, these songs captured the youthful exuberance and infectious energy of the 1960s. Then came the soulful ballads like Yesterday, showcasing Paul's tender vocals and heartfelt lyrics, a song that's been covered more than any other in history. Moving into their experimental phase, tracks like Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane offered a glimpse into the band's creative genius, blending surreal lyrics with innovative soundscapes. Hey Jude, with its anthemic chorus, became a sing-along favorite worldwide, while Come Together brought a gritty, bluesy edge to their repertoire. Let It Be and The Long and Winding Road encapsulated the bittersweet end of the Beatles' journey, with Paul's poignant songwriting leaving an indelible mark. Each of these hits not only topped the charts, but also became cultural landmarks, forever etched in the annals of music history. As we celebrate these timeless classics, it's evident that Paul McCartney's contributions were instrumental in shaping the sound and success of the Beatles. Now let's take a step back in time to explore the origins of the Beatles. It all began in the bustling city of Liverpool, where a young John Lennon formed a skiffle group called the Quarrymen in 1956. Little did he know, this humble beginning would soon lead to something extraordinary. In July 1957, fate intervened when John met Paul McCartney at the Woolton Village Fete. Impressed by Paul's musical talents and ability to tune a guitar, John invited him to join the Quarrymen. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of a legendary partnership. A few months later, Paul introduced John to his school friend, George Harrison. Despite initial reservations due to George's young age, his impressive guitar skills earned him a spot in the band. The trio's chemistry was undeniable, and their sound began to evolve. Their early days were spent playing in small clubs and honing their craft, but it wasn't until 1962 that the final piece of the puzzle fell into place. Ringo Starr, a talented drummer from another Liverpool band, Rory Storm and the Hurricanes, joined the Beatles, solidifying the lineup we know and love today. With their lineup complete, the Beatles embarked on a journey that would take them from the clubs of Liverpool and Hamburg to the heights of global fame. Their unique blend of rock and roll, innovative songwriting, and charismatic performances captured the hearts of millions. As we reflect on their humble beginnings and meteoric rise, it's clear that the meeting of John, Paul, George, and Ringo was nothing short of magical. Together, they created music that transcends time and continues to inspire generations. Now that we've explored how the Beatles came together, let's delve into why they ultimately went their separate ways. The Beatles, one of the most iconic bands in history, split up due to a combination of personal differences, business disagreements, and creative divergences. As the 1960s drew to a close, each member began to feel the pull of their own individual artistic visions. John Lennon, seeking new forms of expression, began collaborating more closely with Yoko Ono. Paul McCartney, ever the perfectionist, wanted to maintain the band's high standards and continue their legacy. George Harrison, whose songwriting talents were blossoming, felt constrained by the limited space for his contributions. And Ringo Starr, always the steady heartbeat of the group, found himself caught in the middle of growing tensions. The business side of things wasn't any easier. Disputes over management and financial issues added fuel to the fire. The death of their beloved manager, Brian Epstein, left a void that was difficult to fill, leading to further discord among the members. Despite their best efforts to keep the band together, the strain became too much. Each member wanted to pursue their own individual projects, leading to the band's eventual dissolution in 1970. It was a heartbreaking moment for fans around the world, but it was also a natural progression for four incredibly talented individuals seeking new horizons. Though the Beatles' time together came to an end, their music and legacy continue to inspire generations. Their story is one of unparalleled creativity, groundbreaking achievements, and a bond that, despite its challenges, gave us some of the most memorable music ever created.